I thought this would be a really nice walk to do today. I'm going to walk down to Letwell and then see where it gets me. I'm about 2 minutes from home, top of Lawns Hill, where the old Lawns Hill Hotel will be. And I'm on Leys Lane. So I'm going to walk down this road, and what I'll do is I'll turn the camera back on just before I'm going to turn off onto the footpath. I didn't want to particularly film down there because all the hedgerows were full of litter. It's absolutely disgusting around here. But it's not so bad just down here, but I want to just give you an appreciation. As soon as you come out of Dinnington, the road's like this, down to the footpath. See it on the other side. So we're on Leys Lane. Be interested to know why it's called Leys Lane, because I've heard of Leys Lines. So like I said, I'm not going to video the whole walk. I'm just going to video sections. I just want to show you, if you get right to the top of Dinnington, top of Lawns Hill Road, and then start walking from there down Leys Lane, you find even on the roadside it's quite pleasant. Alright, so I'm coming up to the point where you turn off on the footpath. It's on the right hand side. If you carry on too far, you've come to Old Cotes Road. Hiya. See the sign just there, says Bridle Way. Be careful because there's another sign a bit later which is not for the same place. Well, all I'm going to do now is follow this footpath down to a hawthorn cutting, go straight through the middle of that, and I'll come out at Letwell Church. And I'll tell you what the church is when I got there. I forgot what the name of Letwell Church is. I'll just show you the view around here. You'll see how perfectly blue the sky is today. The reason I couldn't resist coming out and videoing the walk today. Like I said, when I get to Letwell, I'll decide where I'm going to go from next. I'm sure the footpath's to the left, but I'm going to carry on where the track's a bit wide and just see where it takes me. But I'm sure it normally went that way. I'll carry on this way. So I'll see you at the next spot. So we are heading in the right direction. What was confusing me is there were furrows across the actual footpath. It's going to go down here and then it'll snake to the left on the track. I'll just zoom in for you in a minute. We're sort of heading up towards just there where you can see all those houses. Thought this would be a good point to pick back up again. Just show you where I've come from and the angle around. I used to go walking in Derbyshire every weekend. The problem is the parking got more and more difficult, more expensive. Traffic went through the roof on the roads. So I started looking for walks around here. During the first lockdown, I was going out for 5-hour walks around here, finding new footpaths I didn't even know about. On my birthday this year, I'll be out in Derbyshire though, because last year on my birthday at the end of March, they locked us down. I didn't know the law. They were illegally stopping people going out in their cars and driving, handing out fines or threatening fines. So that put me off going out in my car, but this year I will be out in my car into Derbyshire to exercise my rights of freedom. Last year they were threatening people with drones and all sorts. Derbyshire Police and South Yorkshire Police were doing likewise with social media. But come what may this year, I will be out in Derbyshire on my 57th birthday. We've now dropped down into a sort of cutting. It's cut back on the edges and then it'll become hawthorn a bit later, so I'll pick up with you just as the hawthorn starts to appear on the sides. As you start to see, you get more hawthorn on the sides of the footpath. You can't go far wrong though. When you turn off right from the road, from Leys Lane, at that first footpath or bridle way, and then follow it down and just follow the natural contour of the footpath. That'll take you into Letwell. I think it's St Peter's Church at Letwell. We're just coming up to I think there's a bench just here on the right hand side. So I'm not out in my walking boots today. It's a little bit damp on the ground, but I should be able to get away today without getting too muddy. Yeah, you can just see a little bench here to the right hand side. Just show you the view around. Going to a more dense area of hawthorn around here. It's probably about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour from the top of Lawnshill in Dinnington. Once you get to Letwell Church, if you want, you can turn back round and walk back exactly the same way. But it's such a beautiful day. I think I'm going to pop down to Furback once I get to Letwell, take you through Letwell village, show you Letwell village, then hopefully I get the right path down to Furbeck, because I haven't been down here really since the first lockdown. Kept my sanity in the first lockdown, because I like being out and about. I'm not somebody for just sitting around doing nothing. So I picked it up at the Letwell church. So I've just come up from the footpath there through that metal gate. I'm now at St Peter's Church. Can't get a nicer looking church than that. I don't think you'll get a better blue sky than that. So I'll just take another angle on it for you as well. Alright, that's the other angle on the church. I've only seen one other couple on the way here. And there's a lady dropping some flowers off for one of the graves here as well. So that's St Peter's Letwell Church. You find me a better picture than that. It must look great on the TV. So I'm now going to walk down here to the road and pick up with the road and show you where I am. So I've now just followed that little bit of footpath from the church there down to the road. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up here to the right and I'll show you the dove house for the farm. There's footpaths all over the place around here. You can sort of just pick your own route once you know the area. As you can see, it's something to do with wealthy people. I think they were breeding doves to eat, and it was a sign of the wealth that they had one of these dove houses on them. There's north and south farm around here. One of them's still working, which you can see the farm behind. That's still a working farm. And on the other side there was another farm where I can't remember which is north and south, and the other farm's now been turned into houses. So I'll show you that anyway when I go down to where the shops are, or where the shops used to be. Alright, so if you turn left out of the church onto the road, and then we'll come down to where the main part of Letwell was. Alright, so I'm on Gilding Wells Road. There's the War Memorial, and this must be the poshest bus stop there is, but it's very rare there's a bus here. Alright, that'll take you down to Old Cotes Road and down to Old Cotes. Like I said, I've never seen a posher bus stop anywhere. And they have all the information on the what's going off in the village here, like my lark group, which won't be running at the moment. And this sign for Letwell here tells you a little bit what's here. So you've got North Farm and converted farm buildings, which is on one side, and South Farm, which is still left on the other. I can show you the village pond and various other things. There's a phone box here, which is now the village library. And it looks like you can buy eggs here as well. Notice board up there, and then this like what would have been where the shops were. You can see the old post office. Real shame, because a lot of these villages, even though they had a lot less people in, a lot more was going off. So there we have North Farm, or was North Farm. It's now converted into separate units. So we're at about 60% food sufficiency in the UK, and converting farms into houses and building on farmland as well. Really great, isn't it? Along with all the mass immigration, we've seen probably 10 million population rise in the last 20 years. Not good for the UK when we're growing, building on our green belt to house people. So we've got Letwell Village Hall here. Keep flicking from side to side, but to me it's a perfect little village. It's just missing shops. I did speak to the farmer who owned South Farm once, because he wondered why I was taking photographs, and he said the farmers like him, and he's got a big farm. We're against the EU. They didn't get any benefit from the grants. It was only the ones that had farms passed on to them that really benefited from the EU. Your Heseltines of the world and people like that, but see, really well kept working farm. It's back up to Gilding Wells Road. At one stage they must have kept horses here for working on the farm. Walnut Cottage. Really absolutely gorgeous village this. Like I said, it's just missing the shops. Otherwise you couldn't get better than that. And this is the old rectory here. And we are going to come down to a duck pond. I'm sure this one doesn't belong to a Tory MP, claiming it on expenses. It's an absolutely gorgeous little village. This, like I said, you can just turn around at this point and go back the way we've come. But I'm going to carry on down here, and there is a footpath on the left hand side that will take us down to Furback. You can also get down to Langole this way, follow this footpath along. So get out on your mountain bike down here. Here you can see the duck pond. We've got a couple of ducks here. This is a village duck pond as far as I know, rather than belonging to an individual. Ducks look happy anyway. And I think I'm going to turn left here. But like a little village like this, and they achieve far more than the big villages like Anston and Dinnington. People really care about the communities, put something back in. So I think I'm going to turn left at this point, and this, if you just see here, there's a sign, it's a bit covered up. That'll take you on to Langole. and various other places, and this way will take us up to Furback, so I'll see you at the next point. Alright, so I've actually got an hang glider, or whatever you call them, paraglider with a motor on. There's a few of them going around. Don't often make a racket though. It's a bit difficult to get them on the screen when it's sunny like this, but I thought I'd just show you that. Don't know what you'll come across when you're in the countryside. In fact, one's coming over here and I don't know if I'm going to get him on screen. Hopefully I've got him on screen. I'll catch you as I pass over the road. Followed the footpath up to here, and then I'm just going to go to here. It's crossing the road, go straight across the road and follow the footpath on the other side. So I'll pick up just on the other side of the road. As you can see here, we're on the road that takes you to Old Cote, crossing it over. Just follow this footpath here down into Firbeck, and I'll pick you up with you at the other end. So I've just picked the footpath back up. We're just going to cross the road here. It's the road that takes you down to that farm just there. You can see Firbeck ahead of you. You can see the church. And the rest of the village, so I'll just show you this bit. If you go on the road, you're going to end up in the farm. I'm sure that must take you back up to that main road, and then it's so easy just to cross the road and we're back on the field. It's been a bit of mud today, but it's not bad at all really, because we've had a few dry days. I was talking to a lady back there. She was the lady that ran the post office. So the post office has only been shut down probably in the last 20 years. And the reason it was shut down, they took away 33% of her income, and it wasn't worth running the post office anymore. So that was the issue. The post office was making profit even before it became privatised, and then it all becomes greedy, wants to become private. No reason to do that, and that was a village asset gone, because it wanted to just be in the post office. Should have been selling other little things on as well. So something that's probably been around for 100 years just disappears like that. So I'm just going to walk down this footpath and we'll be in Firbeck. I'm going to take you to the church, might take you to the top of the village and walk back home, or I might go another way, see how I feel once I get to the church anyway. So I'll pick up with you just before the village starts. Alright, I'm just going to focus on that farm, because in a bit I'm going to show you something, because there was a manor house down there that the farm belonged to that's gone now, but I'll mention it when I get there. I'll tell you what it is. And Firbeck, or this area, has links with the St Leger race, because it was actually run round here. I've actually found the track in the past and I forgot where it is, but it's on my blog, so some stage I'll video that for you. So we're just coming into the village of Firbeck. I'll just show you around here, show you how beautiful it is. Farm over there. So we're coming down here and we're going to pass over a brook, which I assume is why it's called Firbeck Firbeck, sorry, it's a beck, not rather than a brook. Well, I'm assuming that's why they call it Firbeck, whether there were fir trees here and then a beck, so it was called Firbeck, I don't know, or whether it was for another reason. Now, this is a perfect day and it's not what the weather forecast said. It was going to be cloudy this afternoon, so you just have to grab your opportunity with a camera or a video recorder to get the best shots when the sky's nice. Get out and film or take photographs. So I've just come out of the off the footpath. Here's the road we're crossing, and I'm just going to show you. I think the brook's just there. You can see the brook. It's all the way up the other side at the bottom of the gardens. And we're just going to walk into Furback, and I can see the church right ahead of me. I'm still deliberating the direction I go. Doing it very off the cuff. But you have got a short walk to start you off from Dinnington up to Letwell St Peter's Church, then reversing the other direction. When you've got more confident, you can get out on the longer walks, but I'll give you an idea of some of the other walks around here by carrying on rather than going back. Last week was the first time I've been out on a long walk for about 7 months, and I've got strong legs, so my leg muscles remember it. So I was talking about the farm around the back. There's Park Hill Drive here, and like a gatehouse used to be an estate down here. Would have been, I think, called Park Hill Estate, and that was to do with the St Ledger. Quickly just walking to the church and show you the church. It's a beautiful church, that. Like I said, with a Letwell picture, you'll not get a better picture than that. You can't believe you'd have a church that size for a village of probably 300 people at the most. There's probably more people living here now than there ever has done. So I'm about halfway down the village. It's quite modern at the other end, but there is a beautiful cottage at the top end, but I'm not going to walk up there today. That is a private road down there. I think there may be some houses or something, and it's a farm that belonged to the main house that's now gone. Christmas, they have a lovely Christmas tree here. They also do the church up as well. There's usually a Christmas tree about either there or there. Like I said, it's only a small hamlet of 300 people, and Anston, with a population of 11,000, has just had the first Christmas tree up. Not as good as the one they have in this little hamlet of 300. And I pressurised Anston for years to actually get a Christmas tree and lights up near the Cutler. And also Sandra Warland did as well. And eventually it's happened, even though I left Dinnington 5 years ago. But it's nice to see a Christmas tree in Anston. Far better than wasting it on fireworks that last about 5 minutes, when you can have a Christmas tree that lasts for a month at Christmas. Brightens the community up all Christmas. Another angle of the church. In fact, I didn't tell you what church it was, and I'm going to have to go down here. I can't remember everything when I come out walking. Come out to relax as much as do the videos. So the church is St Martin's Church at Furback. So if I go the opposite direction to this, up the hill, mostly modern housing, other than the beautiful